What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It is your girl, the Gemini Goddess, and I'm so excited. I finally made it to our own weekend five. Chim. Okay, I just had to get that out. I could not wait. I've literally been waiting all day to get to this reading because I am a Gemini, and I'm so excited to see what we got coming down the pike for us. I have literally gone through everybody from Capricorn and Taurus, and so here we are, and I am so glad that you guys have decided to stay with me. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my videos so that way you guys can be notified. And notify. Click on the notification bell, please, too, so that way you guys can be notified when I do upload new videos, which I try to do. I'm gonna try to start doing more videos here, and more frequently and more consistently. And I'm just trying out. I'm starting out with these weekend vibes, but I just want to say I have had so much fun thus far, just doing what I do. And I hope that everyone who has gotten a chance to check out their weekend vibe videos thus far, like I said, so far I've done Capricorn and Taurus. Those of you who have gotten a chance to check out some of my other videos, I hope that you've enjoyed them. And if you haven't, then what the hell are you waiting for? I mean, come on, y'all. It only gets deeper. It only gets crazier. Sometimes I let my hair down. Sometimes I'm on here with a bonnet. Like, it's just all sorts of stuff going down. I knew I could let this out here because I knew my fellow gems would understand this kind of energy. Once we get into air season, we should all get this, okay? But I knew that my Geminis, my other Geminis out there would definitely understand my level of excitement right now, and they would just rock with me like Mike did, back in the 80s. Or was that the 70s? I don't know. I listen to all sorts of music any time of day, any time of year, any decade. I'm eclectic like that. So let's get this bad boy jumping, shall we? I like to start my weekend vibe readings with a Shaman Healing Oracle card. It comes out of the Shaman Healing Oracle deck. It's one of my favorite decks. It's a beautiful deck. It makes me feel so good. It really does. Like, it's the first deck that I had that actually made me vibrate. I can't, and it's great. It's great. Anywho, so I am not a card puller per se. I do prefer that my cards pop. I like it that way. I feel like it's more genuine and it's more sincere to the message at hand. And with that being said, there will be times when you might see me pull a card, but it's only because it still popped. It popped up, but it didn't pop out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Anywho, for the most part, I will not take your card unless it pops. I do read reversals. I like to kind of let the energy guide me. So if that means that it falls in a reverse, but it's not meant to be in a reverse, I will flip it. Okay. So let's get started here. I do a tarot spread, a basic 3-card tarot spread with clarifiers. But like I said, I do start with my oracle cards first. And so for my fellow Geminis, what we have for the weekend vibe of September 25th to the 27th, we start with omens. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but okay, so this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. And the reason for that, I like to break down a lot of aspects of my cards when I'm reading them. First and foremost, this card is number 31. Yep, number 31 in the deck, which breaks down to a 4. 4s represent the foundation of anything. It could be the foundation of your marriage. It can be the foundation of your job. It could be the foundation of your family, the foundation of your life. But it speaks to the 4 pillars of your foundation. Okay, so whatever that is for you, it could be love, trust, honor, and obedience, which is, like cliche, or it could be, something else. Whatever those four pillars of your foundation are, this speaks to that. Okay. Now, omens, for a lot of people, they hear the word omen and they immediately think of the movie and Damien and all that crazy shit, which, well, whatever, that there's that. But with this particular card, what it speaks of signs and symbols. Now, pay attention to the artwork in this card. You have an owl, which is a symbol for wisdom. It is the animal that represents wisdom, higher wisdom more specifically, because oftentimes owls know more than they'll ever say, because the only thing they do is ask questions. Who? So they tend to get a lot of answers, but they don't typically repeat them. It's a joke. But anywho, an owl is typically considered to be a wise animal, an animal with longevity for purpose, not just aging to be aging. It just lives a long time for no reason. part of the wisdom of the owl comes in the fact that the owl makes it to a long road. He makes it through a long road. And then you notice that you have the moon and the night sky up here, and you have the sun and the daytime down there. Now, first of all, we've never seen daytime at the bottom. Okay, it's always up in the sky. But the fact that we see the sun in this card anyway, at all, it represents joy, it represents warmth, it represents healing. And so, but it's at the bottom. So it's a very big possibility that, this is something that this person, or the energy that represents the owl in this, would be wise to seek this joy and this love. But right now they're kind of like in the shadows of their emotions, because the moon represents your feelings, your deepest inner thoughts, and even speaking to your intuition. Then you have the chakra oracle of passion. I kind of have a feeling that I know where this is going. I'm not gonna speak on it yet, but I do kind of feel like I have a feeling I know where this is going. So let's go on over into the tarot. And I start the tarot reading with the Gilded Tarot, one of my favorite decks. And then I clarify with the Witch's Tarot. So I let 3 cards pop. I let 3 cards pop. And then I clarify them. And we're going to take it from there. Okay? So while I'm shuffling, I will say, as I continue to look at your oracle cards, Passion and Omens, I'm getting the feeling that someone may not be paying attention to certain signs and signals. They may not be aware of something. And I'm really, your first tarot card to pop was the Star, Major Arcana. Major Arcana. It is representative of Aquarius, which is another air sign. However, and it doesn't really surprise me. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of those people that when I read, whenever I see a card, especially with the Major Arcana. So with the Major Arcana, for me, I pay attention to the specific sign that it should represent, or that it does represent, intentfully, but I'm more just kind of looking at the general sign, the general element energy. So even though this is the Aquarius, we are in the Gemini reading, and this is an air sign to air sign kind of culmination. And so I'm thinking that, I really kind of feel like this is our energy right now, Geminis. And just as a side note, so right now, over the last couple of, maybe like the last 2 months, in my readings, I have been coming up personally as the Queen of Wands. Which is fine. It's fine with me, honey. It's fine with me. It don't bother me. It's out. Okay? But what I will say is this. So far, what we have Omens, we have Passion, and your tarot is the Star, Major Arcana, Queen of Wands, Court card, and another Major Arcana, the Tower, in reverse. Okay? So I'm not even gonna cap with you. I'm gonna clarify. Okay? I'm gonna clarify, because I there is a picture forming in my head, but not my story to tell. Not my story to tell. So I'm gonna just let the cards tell me. So with this Star, I'll break down the Star for you again. So the Star is the Aquarian Major Arcana. So there could be an Aquarius in your midst, or involved in this particular situation. But more importantly, the Star speaks of wish fulfillment, hopes, prayers, affirmations, those deeply rooted dreams finally coming to fruition, finally, being able to shed a light. Ooh, too many. Finally being able to shed a light on, or shine like the star that you're supposed to be. and shed a light on those things that you maybe have kept hidden. And then you have the Queen of Wands, which the Queen of Wands is represented by Aries. That is the Aries card. And the Queen of Wands is beautiful. She's passionate. She's decisive. She can be very straightforward, with her words. She doesn't always intend to be harsh, but she's very decisive. So she she's not one to beat around the bush. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get to. She's not one to beat around the bush. She's about action. So she doesn't really do a whole lot of talking. She's about action. And then you have the Tower in reverse. And so the Tower in its upright represents a crumbling of some sorts, something being majorly shifted, or something that was once stable no longer being stable, something that was built up is now being broken down. And so when you have the Tower in reverse, I take it just like that. Something that was broken down is now, somebody wants to build it up. And so then we move over to your clarifiers. And so with the Star card, your clarifier was the King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords in the upright is someone who is kind of like the Queen of Wands in reverse. He's not as to the point because he's got ish to do. He's just to the point because he ain't got time to play with you. You see what I'm saying? The King of Swords in reverse is a very no nonsense energy. Now, just because it is represented as a masculine, that does not mean that this has to be a man. What that means is, you have your ranks. You have your king, your queen, your knights, your pages, and thus forth. Your queens always represent the more sentimental side of the dynamic between the king and the queen. The masculine energy is always more logical, and the feminine energy is always more sentimental. So when you see a king, it doesn't always necessarily mean that that's a man. It just may mean that you are being more in your logical sense. And this is the King of Swords. And let me tell you something. This is definitely our energy right here, because the King of Swords in reverse is clarifying the Aquarius, or it's clarifying the star in the upright. So what this tells me is that when I put all this together, well, before I do all that, let me go to the next clarifiers. So with the Aries, or the Queen of Wands in the upright, it's clarified by the High Priest or the Hierophant in the upright. And so this can speak to a form of higher commitment. It can also speak to an authoritative figure. It can also speak to higher learning. So then you have the King of Cups clarifying the Tower in the reverse. And remember what I told you, the Tower in reverse represents a rebuilding of something that has been torn down, or a reestablishing of something that has been destabilized. And it's clarified by the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is a very loving energy. Okay, the King of Cups but remember what I told you about the masculine aspects of your cards, of your tarot. The kings are always more logical. They are still more logical. So with the King of Cups, even though he is the King of Cups and he possesses a great deal of emotion and he possesses a great deal of love for the situation, he is not going to show it unless it benefits him. And there are very few times where wearing your heart on your sleeve and pouring your heart out to somebody is going to be beneficial. But I will say this, with him clarifying the Tower in reverse, I think this is one of those moments. It's one of those moments where, in order for this to be rebuilt, this King of Cups is going to have to put his feelings out there. He's going to have to express his feelings. So as I was getting ready to say a few minutes ago, when we put all this together, we have omens, we have passion, we have the star, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Tower in reverse, we have the King of Swords, we have the High Priest, and we have the King of Cups in the upright. And I'm telling you, so this is what I see. What I see is for the weekend, there are going to be some things going on around you. There are going to be some signs and synchronicities that are going to be taking place around us. And um we may not catch them immediately, but intuitively we're going to know what these signs and synchronicities are, and they're going to speak directly to the passions that we have. They're going to be directly correlated with whatever the wish or the desire is for us to have. Now, um this King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords in the upright, he is very dry. Like, so the King of Swords in the upright, and this is us. The King of we are someone's wish fulfillment, or we represent somebody's desire. Okay, but here's the problem: we don't care. We don't care. Um. Also, there's a desire from us to move forward. There's a desire from us to just stop talking, even in the cold side of it. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I do have a tendency to kind of go through levels. I'm naturally a very positive, upbeat person. I like to, kind of keep it that way on every time, every day. But I also have this tendency to speak. It's more than a tendency. I have a conscious action of speaking rather honestly, and sometimes with no filter. And so it's even worse when I'm upset, or when I have to be kind of matter of fact with people. It's not necessarily being cold. It's just like, these are the facts, the point for point, boop 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 boop. You know what I mean? And then I have this point where, I just feel like communication as a whole just isn't. It's not even worth it. It's not. I just. you know. And let me tell you something. Any air sign will tell you, when you get us to a point where we're not communicating with you, that's not good. I mean, that might be what you like, that might be what you want. Maybe you want, to not have us communicate with you. So if that's what you want, then that's your wish come true. um and there is a possibility for some of you that may really be it. It may be that your wish is to just stop communicating with someone, and just to move on to something that's better for you, and that's more conducive to, your elevation and your ascension. And then, if that's the case, then I'm going to tell you, there is someone that will come back to try to, at some point, try to rebuild or reestablish the emotional part of whatever has been destabilized. They will try to come back and possibly make amends. And now I'll tell you this too. So you have the King of Cups, and then you have the King of Swords, and in the middle you have the Hierophant, or the High Priest, and he's clarifying the Queen of Wands. So this could also be a situation where you're done talking. This King of Cups, which could very well be a water sign, it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, in case anybody wants to know. If you're dealing with a water sign, this water sign could be coming back to you not only to reestablish the emotional connection that the two of you have while you're over here not speaking, not wanting to speak, not wanting to talk, like you just want to be left alone. Um, this person may come back to you and actually offer you not only love but a higher form of commitment to really show you that they are about this, they are about this life, they are about this thing that y'all are doing together. And so if that's the case, that's really cool, you know, that's really nice. I like it. um I also, just as a sidebar, I want to just tell you that with that omens, if they are coming back, or if they do come back, I would just say, before you jump out the window like this person in the sky, you know what I'm saying? Before you go dangling, flying out the window with this person, I would say stop, reflect, think about it, and yeah, like really weigh it out. Weigh it out. You know, weigh your emotions and your intuition against your happiness and your wisdom, and then make your final decision, because you may feel like this ain't what you want, you know. You just never know. So we're already 20 minutes into this video because I've been rambling, because it's a Gemini video and I love Gems. I love us. You know what? I love nothing more than being a Gemini. I really do. I love being a Gemini. That's why I'm the Gemini, guys. But anywho, I would like to close out our reading with a yes or no question. This is my beautiful creatures major arcana deck. I have them separated from the rest of the deck. It's nothing but major arcanas in here. So you will get a definite yes, no, or a maybe. Who knows? But even with the maybes, it's still an answer to it, and it's still a message through it. So I want to take this time right now and let you get about 10 seconds in to clear your mind and focus on the question that you have. And at the end of the 10 seconds, I will answer your question with the card that falls. All right, and let's go. All right. So the answer to your question is Judgment, the major arcana, and it's the 20th major arcana in the deck. And Judgment speaks of opportunity. And before I go any deeper into this, let me let you know this is a strong yes. So whatever question you are asking, this is a strong yes. However, there's a catch. Okay? The catch is that this will only happen once the opportunity for it to happen presents itself. Okay? So if you are waiting on someone to come back, or if someone is waiting to come back to you, for instance, this is not going to be somebody makes a fervent effort to do so. It's going to probably be more of a chance meeting, or, you know, an opportunity that just happens to present itself where the two of you find yourselves in each other's company. If this is in reference to, if you're asking a question about a job, should you take a job, or if you should leave a job or something to that nature, consider it like this. You have the final say so, okay? You make the final decision. You cast the final judgment, all right? If the opportunity presents itself to where you see something better, then, and you want to go for it, then make the decision and go for it. If that opportunity does not present itself, don't rush it, okay? Whatever you do, don't rush it. I think that is the overall theme. Let things unfold the way they're supposed to, so that they can unfold correctly, and just don't rush it, whatever it is. I know that you're passionate. I know that you have dreams. We all have dreams, and we have wishes and hopes and goals. Some things, sometimes you just have to accept that you have to plant in one season and harvest in another. Okay? So with that being said, I would just like to take this time to say thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw and it resonates with you, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you click the notification bell so that way you can be notified every time I upload a new video, not just when I upload the weekend vibes. And by all means, do me one last favor, Gemini family. Understand and know this. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. So whatever you do, please stay woke. I love you. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the weekend. Enjoy. Mwah.